This week on Pop Fiction, Lou, Wong, Borders, Soldier, and a whole lot more.
Who's Lou Wong?
That's my new character name.
Ready? Okay, this is 252 Pop Fiction, where you get all the news and reviews in pop culture that's right to type. Today's top story.
After opening in theaters, the Borderlands film rapidly earned one of the worst reviews of 2024. Therefore, it's probably not shocking that Borderlands, which has gotten primarily poor reviews and debuted on Rotten Tomatoes with a horrifying 0%.
0.0.
That has since climbed to 9%, is doing horribly well at the box office, and may wind up being the greatest flop of the year. I heard the editing was bad. I heard the talking points were bad. The editing was bad. When they open up the crate it's in the trailer, and they cut out the guy in the trailer, but they didn't cut out the guy helping them, who's on set, open up this hatch that they had.
Didn't.
Yeah, they didn't cut him out in the movie.
Oh.
So
I want to see it. I heard that the budget was somewhere projected between $150 and $200 million.
Somebody got
and it made 17 or 10 on its opening
John and
weekend.
I went to see this opening weekend. We contributed
yikes.
50 cents
Wow.
to the overall take.
Wasn't worth it.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
It was not good. It looked like the video game.
Looked
The
great.
sets were amazing, and that's all I can say is positive about it. Everything else was terrible.
The casting was not good.
not good.
What do you mean? You mean Kevin Hart, Jamie Lee Curtis, Jack Black, and what's else? Who else was
Kate
in there?
Blanchett.
You think that's not a great cast?
No, it's a great cast, but
On
not
paper.
for this movie.
Yeah. One of the detractors, because I don't play the game or anything, but some people said the popularity of the game kind of died out like 10 to 15 years ago. Like having a movie come out
it's
this
late.
late was kind of like, oh.
I mean, they had a game that came out 4 years ago. It's the third one, I think they did. But it's still... Nobody's going back into the game. After everything that we've seen from video games to TV shows to movies and all of them being interpreted, everybody's been able to go back and play that game. And when it comes to this one, nobody's going back to go watch it or play it. So
We were in the movie, in the theater. John called the twist probably 47 minutes before it happened. And I was so not invested in the movie. I was like, what? Huh? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you probably got that. I was just trying to make heads from tails in the damn
It
thing.
was bad.
But it looked great. And Kate Blanchett, bless her heart, she was doing her best.
Yeah. Kevin Hart in a non-comedic
Miscast.
role.
Miscast.
He was in a totally non-comedic role.
Jack Black was doing his best.
But he wasn't funny.
He's a robot.
That's the problem. The game, he was funnier in the
annoying.
game than he was in the
annoying.
movie.
But yeah, you know what?
Looks like we're not going to have to review Borderlands. So moving on.
James Wan, the director of Aquaman, is going back to the ocean for his upcoming feature picture. He is in early discussions to direct for Universal Pictures and is working on a remake of Creature from the Black Lagoon, a grounded, modernized retelling that leans into the visceral horror whilst paying respects to the original classic.
All right, so the dark universe isn't over yet?
You know what? I like those movies. I know they did poorly, and I enjoyed it's particularly The Wolfman. I really enjoyed that movie, and I'm looking forward to this.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Definitely looking forward to it. I was looking forward to all of them.
Yeah.
I saw none of
Mummy
them.
was not good.
The Mummy I did not like, and you know what happened was Tom Cruise
was miscast.
says, you got to make me a superhero or I'm not going to be in the movie.
Yeah, right.
Well,
That's the problem.
backing it up to this one, I would have to say when I saw the first
Best
Aquaman
runner in the
movie,
world.
I thought it looked spectacular. I was even, the bar was very low, but I was actually entertained by the movie. I don't know if Juan did the second Aquaman movie.
Yeah, he did.
Did he? Okay, because I got about 15 minutes into that one before I said, and I had it. It was just on the HBO Max, and I said, no mas. But everything looked good. As far as Creature from the Black Lagoon, I remember it being very not cheesy, but
There's a lot of
It's from the
underwater
50s.
scenes, and that dude was holding his breath. Whoever had that suit on,
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
that is.
And I love that. I love that suit too. That's
Yeah.
a great looking
It's creepy.
suit from back in the day.
Yeah.
But hey, the Invisible Man was great. Remember that one?
Yeah.
From a few years ago. Am I next?
yeah, you
Herogasm has an opportunity to be revisited and portrayed in a more realistic and comedic way in the planned prequel to Vought Rising to the Boys. Vought Rising might push boundaries further by striking a balance between the comic's graphic elements and what works for the
I
screen.
don't even know what the hell that is. I don't
So
know what any of that is.
okay,
The Boys
so,
is a show.
The Boys is a show. Vought Rising is a prequel show focusing on two characters from season, I want to say 3 of The Boys.
Which
being
characters?
Soldier Boy and Stormfront.
All right, we would love to know more
So
about
also
the
in
racist.
season 3, they
course.
had this episode called Herogasm. Herogasm is basically a huge swinger sex party for superheroes.
I definitely want to see more of that.
And there was a lot going on in the show, and there were some fans that said wasn't an accurate portrayal from the comic book. Now, I don't know what was in the comic book, but what I saw in the show was more than enough.
I don't know.
Sodom slash Gomorrah.
It seems like we do a lot of story on that show, The Boys. I've never watched it.
Should.
Probably not going to because I'm sick of superhero shows.
Yeah, you probably won't like it.
It's actually an anti-superhero show.
Either way,
It's a lot of blood and guts. You wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
no, I don't mind blood and guts. I just get tired of every new show that seems to be coming out. It's either a superhero show or a secret agent show. I'm getting tired of it.
Yeah.
You love James Bond and The Flash.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't want 20 remakes of it.
Oversaturation.
Yeah, oversaturation.
Yeah. I would have to say the particular career choice here, probably, you might want to go a different way. This week's review, Dirty Pop, the boy band scam. It's an account of the life and career of music mogul Lou Pearlman, who was accused of producing and abusing some of the most popular boy bands of the 1990s and convicted of an insurance Ponzi scheme.
Whatever they say he did, he probably did that.
He 100% did that thing. But what the show highlights is him basically. Well, what you don't know, he was already in the midst of his Ponzi scheme.
Right.
And
he's trying to spread that money around.
he was trying. He was trying to figure out a new, basically, thing to get the thing going.
Yep.
And it was all brought on by this band, New Kids on the Block, because he had noticed that they were renting these private jets and stuff like that, and he was like, "Who are these guys, and how can they afford this?"
Yeah.
So Lou, having these connections to Boeing and these private jets or whatever he had, supposedly he did that and then used that as his way to finance and make up a boy band, which was the Backstreet Boys. After making the Backstreet Boys and getting them popular, whilst in the midst of them having a contract and doing their European tour, he decided he wanted to make another boy band, NSYNC. At the same time, which they were actually kind of beefing because they was like, what's going on? We're already doing this and doing this. And then he had other bands like O-Town,
This guy sounds like he just produces the hits.
LFO,
Yeah, no doubt.
you know, The Natural.
He likes the girls that wear the Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah. Yes, that's it. But the whole thing was this big scam. And he took a lot of people for their money. It was like this insurance, or if not insurance, it was life insurance. It was a life insurance Ponzi scheme that he was running for years and years and years and years. And
It's a
years.
pyramid. It's
Yeah.
just like a pyramid.
Ponzi scheme? Yeah, that's where you promise
Yes.
astronomical returns. You pay them out of the money they give you, so it seems real. Then more people invest, you hit a target number and run.
Right. But he didn't do that.
Yeah, he didn't
what he
run.
did
He got
was
caught.
he got the money And then he got other people to do even more money. He paid back the first people with a little bit of money.
Yeah.
And then what they did was then reinvest their money with the next group of people, because now they're rubbing elbows with all the celebrities. So this got to be real.
Did he make it to billionaire status, or was he close?
There was definitely allegations or suspicions of other, but he had 2 sets of books.
Oh, for sure. If you're cooking them, you gotta cook the.
How do you have 2 sets of books and don't try to change your name before you leave? It's crazy.
Yeah, well, he will be missed.
Oh yeah,
Not by those
spoiler alert. He's dead. All right, JB, you got anything to recommend this week?
Yes, this week JB recommends a classic from 1989, Black Rain, starring Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
Oh,
Andy Garcia and Kate Capshaw.
It was a Kate. It was a cop movie, right?
Yes.
Was that the one when he was going against the Yakuza?
Yes. 2 New York cops get involved in a gang war between members of the Yakuza, the Japanese mafia. They arrest one of the killers and are ordered to escort him back to Japan. In Japan, however, he manages to escape. As they try to track him down, they get deeper and deeper into the Japanese mafia scene, and they have to learn that the only way they can win is by playing the game the Japanese way. One thing I like about this movie, a lot of movies have the Yakuza.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In order to be in the Yakuza, you get recruited from the Bozozoku, the motorcycle boys. That's who they grab their members from. And this is the only movie that had the Bozozoku in it. The motorcycle boys are in they're the ones who do the dirty work for the Yakuza, and they were actually in the movie, and I really like that. It's a solid movie. I enjoyed it, and I recommend it.
I remember Jared Leto did a movie called The Outsider, and I believe he also got in with the Yakuza subdivision, or was it the Triads?
You're mistaken with Ralph Macchio, and he was also in a movie called The Outsider.
Do for Johnny.
Stakeholder for you.
Stakeholder boy.
Well, this week, Ralphie D remembers The Noid. You guys remember The Noid?
I remember The Noid.
Wait,
right.
what year did it come out? I might know.
1986.
The Noid, wasn't that? Was it?
His first appearance was 38 years ago today. No, I'm just kidding. It was 38 years ago, and it was created for Domino's Pizza.
It was
Avoid The Noid.
Clad in a red, skin-tight, rabbit-eared bodysuit with black inscribed in a white circle on his chest. The Noid is a physical manifestation of all the challenges in delivering a pizza within 30 minutes. And you were supposed to do what? Avoid the Noid. And I've seen his...
that's 2 long forgotten things: the Noid and getting your pizza delivered in under 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
That is 2 things that just don't happen anymore, especially if you DoorDash your pizza. You'll get it when you get it.
You get it in about an hour and a half. You better be hungry later, because you're not getting it today.
So now would be a perfect time to bring the Noid back.
I'm annoyed with the Noid.
Well, Route 243...
I think puns are the lowest form of comedy. I didn't mean to do that.
I don't agree. A laugh is a laugh. They used claymation in the advertisements, which I always thought were really cool.
It wasn't a guy in a suit?
No.
Oh, man. It was claymation, bro.
All right.
And in 1988, there was a Saturday morning cartoon series called The Noids. It was planned by CBS, but it was canceled amid complaints that it was merely an advertising ploy and not a show for children.
Wasn't that with all, like He-Man, My Little Pony?
Every show.
They were all 22-minute commercials.
Now, we could get into the Chambly hostage incident, which happened on January 30th, 1989. About a mentally ill man who believed that the Avoid the Noid campaign was personally directed toward him, but we're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
That's a story.
This took a dark turn. I'm Ralphie T, and that's news to me.
Somebody is cruising for a bumper. I'm Kuwata Kurt. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Leave us a comment down below and let your opinion be heard.
How was that?
We'd like to hear what you think first.
Yeah. I said what I said. All right.
I missed it. I skipped it. Lie.
If you like this video, please check out other videos on our channel. Like. No, stop.
I'm JB, and this is 252 Pop Fiction, where you hear it first.
Oh, okay, guys.
Adonis, pull yourself together.